My name is Caleb Shockman. Today we're going to be talking about a very prevalent issue: smoking. Smoking of cigarettes causes 1 in 5 deaths in the United States every single year. That's approximately 480,000 people. But here's another fact. Smoking is known as the most preventable cause of death. So what's going on? Why is the most preventable cause of death causing so many people to die? What can we do about it? These are the questions that we're going to attempt to answer today in Smoking, a Killer Among Us. We begin by taking a look inside of the cigarette and how it strikes. We turn it over to leading expert, Dan Thurman. Hello, my name is Dan Thurman, and I'm going to be talking to you all about cigarette smoking. Cigarettes, they're nasty little buggers that can cause many health issues inside of the body. And you may be wondering, how does this happen? What is it about cigarettes that can actually cause these health issues? Cigarettes, the little things, you probably would think that they probably couldn't do much damage, but cigarettes contain hundreds of chemicals. In this little amount of space, there's hundreds inside of there, and every time that you inhale the smoke from a cigarette, those chemicals go inside of you, and once they're in the body, they start to do damage. Now, the thing about that is that 250 of those chemicals are harmful to your body. 69 of those 250 can cause cancers. 69 chemicals in one thing that can cause cancers. Now, these cancers can include cancer of the throat, of the mouth, of the lungs. Cigarettes can cause many other health issues like emphysema, diabetes, a stressed heart, and all of these, if left untreated, actually could lead to death. Now, I know that a lot of us don't want to die. And I know that you're probably thinking, cigarette smokers, once they are diagnosed with these diseases, they'll quit smoking. They'll quit because, they don't want to die. Oftentimes they don't. Now, why on earth would this happen? You're about to die and you're just going to keep doing the thing that's going to kill you? Well, the problem is that cigarettes are actually designed to make you do that. Because of a little thing called nicotine. Nicotine is one of the chemicals found inside of cigarettes. It's a very well-known chemical that it gets you addicted. That's basically the entire purpose of nicotine. You see, what happens is when you smoke a cigarette, nicotine can affect those reward circuits inside of the brain related to dopamine. So it gives you basically a little bit of shot of dopamine, makes you feel happy, makes you feel satisfied. But the problem about that is that you start to get addicted to the nicotine. So the more times that you smoke, the more nicotine that you put inside of your body, the more that you need it to get that satisfaction that you got when you initially started smoking. So say when you initially started smoking, it takes maybe 1-2 cigarettes to get you that satisfaction. A year down the road, it could probably take a pack or 2 maybe to give you that exact same amount of satisfaction. The problem with that is that it keeps you hooked until you die. Cigarettes are designed to put those chemicals inside your body that will kill you, get you addicted, and keep you addicted until you die. It's a problem that we all face today. It's a problem that needs to be addressed and needs to be fixed. As you can see, smoking is a big issue in our modern society, but it's been an issue for a century. Let's take a look back, shall we? It's the 1920s, and cigarettes are a symbol of sophistication, class, and sexual allure. It's World War II, and cigarettes are sent with provisions to soldiers. It's 1964, and the Surgeon General's report about smoking comes out. Smoking is bad. And so here we are today. Since that report of 1964, the government and people have taken action to reduce the amount of people who die every year from cigarette smoking. Unfortunately, we still have 480,000 people who are dying every year. Now, the issue is not that we're ignorant. The knowledge is in the people's hands, and we know this. The issue is that those who start smoking don't believe they'll be smoking long enough to have to deal with those health issues. Now, we know that cigarettes have a way of keeping people addicted and keeping them smoking until they die. So what can we do about it? I mean, it's not like we can eradicate smoking. The issue is too big to do that right now. So what can we do? Well, I'm going to turn it over to our leading expert, Dave, who's going to give you that solution. All right, so we're going to be talking with one of our leading experts today, Dave. Dave here has come up with a solution that he truly believes will help fix the issue of, all these people dying from cigarette smoking. So Dave, take it away. Yeah, so I've come up with a solution that I believe will help reduce the numbers of people who are dying from cigarette smoking every single year. So you know how we have the restriction where you can't buy cigarettes until you're 18. So that's doing some good. It's not allowing youth to buy cigarettes, but I feel like we need some more restrictions. That I think is what's going to be the key to reducing the numbers of people who are dying every year. So we've talked about, or I guess you talked about earlier, that when a person is diagnosed with one of those harmful diseases, it becomes very hard for them to stop smoking. The cigarettes are designed so that they can't stop smoking. That gets them addicted, and that just worsens their situation. It just makes them die faster. So what I think we need to do is, once a person has been diagnosed with one of those diseases, they are not able to purchase cigarettes anymore. So basically what will happen is, once you start smoking, every 6 months you're going to have to go in to get a checkup, and if everything looks good, if you're not immediately at risk for any of those harmful diseases, you will get a card essentially that will allow you to purchase cigarettes when you show it when you buy cigarettes, and that'll give you the ability to actually purchase them. So that way the sort of 6 month checkup thing is hopefully it will allow us to catch those harmful diseases much quicker, instead of just waiting for the person to come to the doctor, which they may never do. They are required, if they even want to continue smoking at all, they have to go, and then hopefully we can catch that faster. And then once we do catch one of those diseases, once it shows up on the diagnosis, what will happen is their card will essentially be revoked. They will no longer be able to purchase the cigarettes, which we understand that we're sure that they'll find a way to purchase them or get them somehow, but it will certainly reduce the number of people who will be able to do that, because they won't be able to go and do it themselves. They'll have to get someone else to actually go do it for them, and if they have one of those diseases, those people are going to be much less likely to help them do that. So then once their right to purchase cigarettes has been revoked from them, the doctor will provide them with a form of treatment, essentially, that will allow them to quit smoking. So the doctor will look at their personal situation, things that maybe have helped them before in the past, things that don't, and they'll be able to select as close to perfect of a program as they can. So hopefully that person will actually be able to not only not be able to get the cigarettes for themselves, but not even want to. And I truly believe that those two things combined will allow a person to quit smoking. And if they're able to get on the treatment for those diseases, they'll be on their way to living a healthy life, and they won't have to even worry about the issue of cigarette smoking again after that. That's been smoking, an issue for a century that we're still trying to fix today. Many solutions have been implemented to fix the problem, and yet it still prevails. We hope that today we provided a solution that will help, and a solution that will do good. We hope that this problem gets fixed sooner than later. This has been Smoking Killer Among Us.